Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Diaspora TV Switzerland News. This are the news headlines. Easy naturalization facilitated for the third generation of foreigners in Switzerland. Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, has given reasons for the UN donor boycott in Geneva. Yemi Alade and her full band will be performing live in Rennes, Lausanne. Young foreigners whose grandparents have migrated to Switzerland now have easier naturalization procedures. This is the implementation of a February 2017 national referendum where 60% of the voters were in support. Examination by the canton and the municipality is no longer necessary as the Confederation decides directly on the application for naturalization. Communication manager at the Federal Migration Commission, Alice Uhlinger, explains some of the procedures and where to go for more information.
This new simplified naturalization is basically aimed at people whose grandparents have already immigrated to Switzerland. But even though it is called simplified, does not necessarily mean that it is simple, and the list of criteria is quite long. However, the Federal Commission on Migration would really like to encourage young people to make use of this new possibility, and this is why we've created a website on which you can find a detailed description of all the criteria and on how to proceed if you would like to become a Swiss citizen. All of this information is available on www.ekm.admin.ch.
The Democratic Republic of Congo has boycotted a UN conference in Geneva aimed at raising almost $1.7 billion aid funds geared towards providing support to the population. Our correspondents met with His Excellency, the Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary Representative to the Permanent Mission to the United Nations, Geneva, Ambassador Zenon Mukongo Ngay, to get an official statement regarding the matter. Here's what he had to say.
The level of emergency situation in Congo is not what we thought the UN should be raised, because they raised it at level 3. Level 3 is what look like something happening in a country where a state has collapsed. Nothing is functioning, everything is blocked, the war is going on. It's like the situation in Syria or in Yemen. There are some discrepancies in the figures between what we know and what the UN is saying. The UN is claiming 13 million people in need, but we say that is exaggerated, because when we look at the IDPs in the country, the internal displaced people, we have something like 230,000 people internally displaced. And when we hear from the UN that we have more than 4 million people in need and 13 million in general, we say this is really has been exaggerated.
Are you so convinced that these funds will be channeled into the right place?
That is another problem. Now, how will the fund be channeled? We don't even know. So we are, as a state, we say we have to know exactly how the fund will be distributed. Instead of just going and saying we will provide such amount for this or for that. Sometimes they don't know the needs, the real needs of a population. And that is why I always say, let's not just sit in our offices in Geneva, and in New York, and try to get some reports with people on the ground without knowing exactly what is the situation. We have people in the ground, we are the ones who are suffering, we know what we need, and we know how to affect the fund to the situation. So we don't want this kind of imposition, saying we want the fund to do this, we want the fund to do that, when people are sitting in their offices in the Western.
The Congolese diaspora has divergent views regarding the boycott, with some citizens blaming the government for the crisis, whilst others acknowledging that the government is doing its best in mitigating the crisis. They blame the international community in what they term an interference with the country's independence. His Excellency recognized that everyone had the democratic right to speak about the issue and emphasized that it is the government's role to protect its people. He acknowledged the value of the diaspora's rapporteurs for their country, as well as their great contribution towards nation building. He also indicated that for the first time, the Congolese in the diaspora will take part in the general elections this year, and encourages everyone to actively take part in the electoral process. The full interview of His Excellency is available on the Diaspora TV Switzerland Facebook page. And in exciting news, the internationally acclaimed Nigerian singer Yemi Alade, with the popular songs Do You Know Johnny and several hit songs, will be performing live with a full band in concert in Switzerland for the first time. Don't miss out. Also on stage will be more than 6 artists, DJs, comedians from Cameroon, Ghana, Kenya, the DRC, Cape Verde, and Ethiopia. It's going to be eclectic with Afro music, high life, and many more. The date is 4th May 2018 at the Renaissance Theatre, Lausanne. Gates open at 8:30. For tickets and information, go to www.events.mariomkc.ch or Facebook page of MKC event. Come for your selfie and tell the story live and direct. DTV will be in the house to grace the occasion. Did you know the Swiss National Day is celebrated every 1st of August? Here, Maria Simiu for Diaspora TV, Switzerland.
MKC Events présente vendredi 4 mai 2018 Yemi Alade en concert à la grande salle de Renan, Lausanne. La Queen of Afropop te fera redécouvrir ses plus grands hits. Tickets disponibles dans les magasins Inside Africa et les agences Cash Express de Genève, Lausanne, Vienne et Fribourg.